YOLO, there's the power man. Yeah, flight boss, you know things is so much shit done changed. It'll never be the same. All I can say is ride this motherfucking flight. Bitches wasting my gas, check me out. Spending money on Taco Bell, Burger King. The band look like a murder scene. Myrtle Street when homie used to be at junior high. A place that I ain't never used to be at. Excuse the time, skipping school, stealing cars. Twisting boo, hit it hard. Hallucinate, go to lunch. Rejuvenate, roll a blunt for after school. Years pass and I'm still smoking. I can be sleep, but you can bet my eyes be still open. 10,080p, nigga, I'm real focused. When I shine, I'm like an eviction, bitch, you will notice. I stand tall, you can't overlook me. Straight from the bottom, you can't understand it. Nigga, you know I'm from another planet. I'm in the sky and I ain't fucking landing. I have relationship truths from gravitational loops. I have no patience for you. Bitch, in a spaceship I flew. Need a bitch to cater to me. Why should I cater to you? I got issues within the past. Poke a pencil right through your ass. Giggling, then she laugh. Feel the energy through the glass of the Hennessy. Baby, happy that she done flew with me. These are why days for awkward when it's just you and me. We can see fireworks jubilee. Baby, tell me whenever you believe. Just hoping you truly see this move with me to another place in the universe. Did it anyway that you knew it hurt. Flight boss, they just ain't what they used to be. Ride that fly. I got so many things on my fucking mind. That's not my girl, she just a friend of mine. Yeah, she got me wasting gas in the summertime. The things like give me a name, give me a name, give me a name. You know it for sure. The things like give me a name, give me a name, give me a name. You know it for sure. Morning or night, call me alright. I've been flying like it ain't nothing, that's just part of my life. Heard you was talking down on a flight, but that ain't doing no work. Was making more money than you, and I was doing them shirts. These things that occur, your flame will emerge. Till I understand that she just wanna ring like the Spurs, and she gon' get it. Even if she with me or not, now she's so different. Even now she switched up her spot, I ain't got no business thinking of forgiveness or not, but she don't get it. So I gotta sit back and watch and see the sparks in the flame. No 4th of July, this source in my brain just forcing a shine. Let me start at my plane and get lost in the sky. This in my heart and my veins, and it's part of my mind. The translated the music, the fans rated you useless. You don't compare to the flight. I'm in the air for the night. Niggas scratching their head like their hair getting light. So confused, watching my shit like man, he weird but he nice. I got a double-edged sword to cut the game right in half. Look up, baby, you see that flight of pass. They just ain't what they used to be. I got so many things on my fucking mind. That's not my girl, she just a friend of mine. She got me wasting gas in the summertime. They just ain't what they used to be. Ride that fly. I got so many things on my fucking mind. That's not my girl, she just a friend of mine. Yeah, for sure. She got me wasting gas in the summertime. Ride that fly.
Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is the page to my Cosmic Energy Tune-Up. So for those of you who perhaps are serious about what we're doing and maybe want, it changes everything, a little bit more insight or understanding perhaps of what it is we're taking part of right now, currently, especially if you've looked at these cosmic energy tune-ups and you don't know what the hell they really are. I've never really explained this. It's definitely going to be chill for 30 minutes. We're really just going to, you're going to really relax. Okay. Is this tune-up written by you? Yes. So um, when I made this service initially in 2019, I created this page. So for those of you who want to read along, if you go to thepeacedealer.com and you actually type or click on the tab Cosmic Energy Tune-Up, I'll read it along here. But basically, I just want to illustrate how this actually works. All right. And the reason why I want to break this down is because this Cosmic Energy Tune-Up that I'm so happy we're making public is featuring Moon on Mars. Like, it's very rare that we'll do a cosmic energy tune-up publicly. And not only is it public, but also the moon is on Mars, okay, within a degree. So the moon charging Mars in Gemini is going to make the effects of this cosmic energy tune-up so much more noticeable and have hyper accelerated quality than most other cosmic energy tune-ups. The sextile that the moon is making to Jupiter and Aries is not only going to expand your intellectual understanding, moon in Gemini, so you'll actually understand more what's happening, but you're going to electrify, literally gain more accelerated ability to process inside of what's happening. These are the best ways I could put this into words, because what's also happening is still so much more supernatural or quantum, or just at a level that what we're doing is just focusing our mind with intention and just holding space. So I'm just trying my best to explain how this happens. The reason why this is very hard for me is because of the fake scientific climate that through dogma, coming out of the dark ages of religion, which now push this to be so materialist, reductionist, and very critical, but lacking any real substance, has basic magical techniques like this be seen in light of so much scrutiny, especially in light of so much frauds that, you know, push services like this mainly just to gain a quick buck because it's that easy to, because fields like this aren't regulated. So this is a tune-up that I wrote up. It's just a very simple technique. And I want to actually, for those of you who are introduced to this for the first time, whether you've actually taken part of this or not, gain more insight really into how this works. So this actually came about when, which October 15, 2019, I was in Vegas. The moon was transiting Uranus in Taurus. And so while this was on my Taurus energy, I attuned myself. I didn't really have a conscious thought to do this. I really kind of just, I guess, channeled it. You know what I'm saying? I had that intention to initiate myself. Now, I'm just putting that date out there in case it's significant. Um, Whether I had done that or not, I'd still be able to perform this. But that's what inspired the creation of this tune-up. Okay. So this isn't necessarily a healing session. All I'm doing is exploiting the frequency that exists between you and I right now, and bearing in certain quantum mechanic notions of non-locality, where certain atoms will respond to you even though they're not in the same space or they're far away. This experimentally kind of plays with that concept. Thankfully, I've done this with over 10 people, and all of the sessions have been miraculous. Like, I have great testimonials for this. I've had sessions where some two people within 24 hours saw my true form. Like, miracles have happened here. So I'm miracles in the sense of just, you know, exchanging energy and coming into really heartwarming sessions that really help people. All right. So what you want to see this as is a tune-up. I'm basically drawing from my own soul energy to collectively mirror with you and tune you up. I'm going to be using this labradorite crystal and I'll explain the process once again. But just keep this in mind, because the concept of it is somewhat, what's the word? Unconventional, very unconventional. Okay. So here's the energy guide. Okay. With my Taurus rising and my Cap moon, I'm like a rock and anchor that with my Gemini sun, I'll blow energy through to you. And intent is what connects us. Okay. The measure of results as you let go of expectations is what you experience. All right. But the energy guide, depending on whether you have fire, water, air, earth, will depend on how well you feel it. Some people feel this very sensitively. It's because they're water dominant. Fire dominance, my air energy is going to stoke your flames, and so will hyper accelerate your energy. Earth and air, for those of you with earth and air, it's not easy for us to feel energies. This enables us to be substantially more critical against stuff like this, because we're not going to be like, oh, I feel the vibes. Like we want results. Like, okay, what's the logic behind it? What's the science around this? So the effect you might hear with air, my air will attune to you. This could really just cause more clarity, more enhanced cognitive function. Of course, don't take my word for it. You may really just not feel anything or experience anything. And if that's the case, feel free to share too. I'm taking a more analytical, experimental nature with this. So I'm open to, coming in different results. Earth, I want to say with my earth, you'll just get greater grounding, if anything. Okay. And you can read the guide to get more in depth. Okay. Answers. So what exactly is a cosmic tune-up session? In a 60-minute session with me, I will blow magical electrical life force into your chakras. I want you to contemplate how fucking silly that sounds. Okay, that sounds really silly. The magical nature of this life force energy allows the air I blow to shift from my space and teleport to your space with intent directly into your being. The session is broken down to the following parts. Okay, so I just kind of want you to illustrate that. Um, my natal chart is to the right. I don't know if I can show you that too clearly, but as you can see, this is the Earth, the Cap Moon. This is the actual, and there's a chart for what happened. This is the actual rising, and I manifest the actual Gemini. So it's based on that mechanic. So I want to be transparent with you. It's, some of you will get it. Some of you understand energy work, right? So it's just kind of simple. This would be incredibly hard to seriously say in a TED talk, or to say like in a room full of physicists. They would laugh me out of the fucking room. I'm gonna be completely honest, especially audio engineers that specialize in frequencies. It would be hard to wrap their mind around a utilization of frequencies like this without me coming off as a fraud. And so that's why I want to really break this down to you, and you just experience this yourself. This is really, I want you to be the judge on if this is legit or not to you, and comment down below what you feel. I know it's legit because I do this. You know what I'm saying? I have done this with people who have purchased this. They have all had great testimonials, and we've had like synchronicities. Okay. And the sun is exactly opposite Neptune. Thank you, Michael Williams. So this substantially affects the tune-up completely because we're a lot more sensitive. The guide is on my website, The Peace Dealer, at thepeacedealer.com. If you click on the Cosmic Energy Tune-Up tab, you'll be able to follow along. So it's because I break down how this works. I don't just want to do an energy exercise and just kind of leave you in the dark. Like, just have faith. Like, I really want to break down the mechanics of this so that you can maybe add into stuff yourself as long as you understand. And when I do these sessions, by the way, I don't do these sessions over the phone. I do these sessions video chat, unless you don't have a video. But I do these sessions video chat so you can watch me, so you can see what's happening. In the case where you can't, it's still over the phone, but I'm still there with you. Okay. So what's really key, once again, is all I'm doing basically is I'm drawing from my Cap moon. As you can see, my moon in Capricorn has Uranus, the electric equation of the power source of Saturn. My moon is Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. And anyone with Moon, Saturn, Uranus, especially in Capricorn, born 88, 89, and 90, can tell you they have this too. Anyone else with Moon on Uranus, Neptune, or Saturn, and any other sign can testament to this. But we're power sources and cardinal signs. So as this Capricorn power source, I'm drawing on the energy within my soul. That's the Moon. It's manifesting down through my Taurus rising body. And then how do I manifest it? Gemini Sun. All right. I'm imagining that this is amplified here. This is where if you look at this critically and like if you look at it for what it is, this is fucking stupid. Like I'm pretty sure someone will laugh at this. The fact that I believe that I can just blow magical intent. That's what I'm doing. I'm committing to it. Like that's what I'm doing. This is the transpersonal effect of imagination and magic to now have this go through. And this is where you be the judge. Okay. I'm confident what I can do. You be the judge to see if this is right for you or not. That's why I make sure to spell this out so that no one who buys this session doesn't know what they're doing. Okay. That's why the people who bought the session knew what they were getting. And even those of you who have done this on this channel, like you get great results for it. But I want to at least let you know what we're actually doing, because I never broke it down for the channel. So anyway, this is how we break the process down. We have the synchronization process, right? 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes we synchronize. I will connect with your energy. The whole time you want to breathe deeply in your diaphragm for the 30 minutes. I'm going to play, of course, the universal gong music. That's just by choice. If you don't want music during your session, I broke this down in a way, by the way, so that if you want to do this, the reason why I gave the instructions, by the way, is that if you look on the website and you see the instructions and you're like, okay, I don't want to pay the peace dealer for this. I can do this myself. That's what this energy guide is here for. Like, if you decide you want to do this, you can do this. It's just if you want to exploit and take advantage of my energy source, I will tune you up. Like I'll basically, that's basically all I'm doing. It's the frequency coming from here to you. And now to answer the question that was asked, Neptune is opposite the sun right now, and Mars is on the moon in Gemini. So you're going to notice immediate results from this tune-up. Normally, these are one-on-one sessions. We have 140 plus people doing this. So every time I do a group cosmic energy tune-up, the results are exponential. The Neptune collective connection of this, opposite the Virgo, is going to bring unconscious desires into your reality. And you're quickly going to understand it with the moon in Gemini. So this is going to tune you up so that you can now tap into this opposition. I'm so glad you asked that question. Things are going to get very paranormal after this live, and things are just going to kind of flow really quickly. Even if you didn't, even if you didn't take this live, it still would be. But having this live is like taking steroids. That's all I'm going to say. It's like electric chairing yourself. Shout out to Colby if he knows the reference. Okay. How much is this? I think right now it's $300 an hour. Of course, it's half off if you are an Infinity Club member and you have the 50% monthly discount code, or if you have a discount code, then you can apply it to that. But yeah, so personally, the price is for supply and demand, just so I don't get swamped with orders. So I rose the price so that I can get less orders. But yeah, that's what we're going for. And the first 5 minutes is synchronization. I'm going to tune in with your energy. The next 5 minutes, we're going to anchor down with the earth. Also, by the way, shout out to you once again. Once again, I do this every month on Infinity Club. So if you're not able to afford this, it's all good. You can join Infinity Club, $24.99. We do this every month as a group. All right. So it's totally fine. First, we're going to tune in. Then we're going to anchor the energy. Okay. Then we're going to attune for the next 5 minutes. So the first The first 15 minutes is basically a synchronization, earth anchor, and attunement process. Then 15 minutes in, I'll actually start the cosmic energy tune up. And this is where I'll go down the chakras basically. Okay. Then after, of course, 25 minutes, we'll cool down. And then after that's done, after 30 minutes, I'll bring the tarot and then I'll share my channeled messages. And yeah, we might have a lot of channel messages because of the moon in Gemini, but it is what it is. And then we'll see. Okay. So with that being said, if you're ready to begin, all you have to do first of all, I want to also bring to your attention that the sun is opposite Neptune, the moon is on Mars. So, this is going to be one for the books. I'll just say that. And we got the Saturn Uranus square. So, yeah. Anyway, all you have to do once again is relax, and we're going to kick off this tune up. All right, ladies and gents. Beautiful. Oh, when is that? Okay, tomorrow. Let me see. All right, bet. That was awesome. Well, that was very peaceful. I got the cards with me, so I'm going to Elisha, thank you for my patience with the Pisces channel. I went overboard for Pisces. Thank you, Pisces, for being patient with me. That was too much. I should have. I went overboard with that. Anyway, yeah. The moon, shout out to the moon for holding down the fire tribe report. I know the moon was getting a little saucy, and the moon was in Gemini, so I know it's talking about it's more psychic than me, and I'll give it props. I'll give it props. It's psychic is fine. I'll play that. My intuition comes from the moon anyway, so I mean it reflects off of it, but whatever. And good looks. I'm glad that was on point. So I channeled 3 messages, okay, for wait. Okay. So once again, nice. I got 3 messages. What's this? Um, I got a message from the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, and the throat chakra. Everything else kind of went through. And what I'm gonna start doing, I used to go from, and if you fell asleep, that's really good, especially with Neptune opposite the sun. Any of you that fell asleep, you went through the extra ethers while your body was still anchored here. So, like, for those of you who kind of like crossed the planes, congratulations. Whether you did or not, it's all good. I used to go from root to crown. Now I'm going from crown to root, so that the focus of these tune-ups downloads energy and power within and then goes down. Best question on here is this something we can watch back as much as you want to? It's not something you have to do just once. All of these are timeless, and you are welcome to watch them whenever. You want to think of this as a time capsule. So what's legendary about this is we have now, with 160 plus people, encapsulated in this video the energy of Moon, Mars, Gemini, and Sun opposition Neptune. So if you ever want to manifest that energy any day, just come back to this video. That's the value of these. Whether you believe that or not, great question. Okay. And you can experiment with what kind of effects they give you too. All right. Or you come in with them. All right. And Blue Flame, thank you very much. So the emphasis of this specific tune-up was major miracles. That was the intent, and that was the message as well. The vision I have is like so much layers of pressure through evolution that you've screwed down and screwed down and screwed down, almost to the point where you have spent so much time screwing this down, right? To where it bursts forward. And I'm going to say this again. So these are actually membership exclusives. So all the ones that are out, I will put in a folder. I totally got you. I can definitely do that. Whichever ones are there, I'll put in I think they already are, but I'll put in a special playlist. All right. But basically, many of you for the past 10 years, especially, you've been digging deep into elements of your shadow and your consciousness. And it's like a retrograde. How a retrograde looks like it's moving backwards, but it's actually moving forward. A lot of your progress has perhaps felt like, you know what I'm saying, you might have been moving backwards because you had to face shadows. You had to face negative parts of yourself. And that will feel like you're reverting back to old habits, but you're actually revisiting them with your growth. because you only see the moment in space and time versus seeing everything as it's happening outside space and time. So you have been going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And now this, and remember, for many of you, this is a whole decade. So I think some of you felt like you were just indefinitely, some of you were just prepared to keep going, right? What's happening right now with this square coming into New Moon Libra is you've reached that resistance point. And the way you'll know you've reached that resistance point is a lot of you feel like you're at your limit. A lot of the habits that you've been doing, they don't hit anymore. A lot of what used to tempt you doesn't tempt you anymore. It's like you've reached your limit. And it's almost as if you've reached a resistance point, because boom, like it's going to completely spring out and so you may not have realized that the whole time you were actually springing down. Like you're going to realize that's what's going to happen because it's getting ready to spring because you've reached the limit. Some of you are so powerful. Some of you are so limitless. This resistance point took you your whole life. So you're looking at other people who they were able to do this much sooner because they don't have as much energy or power as you. So it didn't take them that long. And that doesn't mean that they're not powerful. They're very powerful. You are just that much more powerful. It took you years, whereas it took certain people weeks or months. It took you certain decades. And so because it took so long, many of you didn't process that it would ever end. You felt that was it, and you realizing you finally reached your limit. Like this is huge, 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 huge. And not only is this huge, the whole purpose of this analogy, I'm so glad that this analogy resonates with you guys. The whole purpose of this, right, is in pushing you out to now fully step into at an even greater level, because you've been stepping into your power for the past 2, 5 years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. This burst through is now expanding out of your old clothes and your old vessel. This is going to strike tower-like moments to break down so that you can rebuild almost simultaneously. It's not some arduous rebuilding process. It's exciting. You get to rebuild things the way you want to. And so this is the preface for these crown, third eye, and throat chakra messages. First of all, I think and thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the fives. I really appreciate the acknowledgement. We are both co-creating this experience, and I'm glad to be able to serve like so. Okay. I think it's very interesting that I didn't get any messages for the heart chakra or anything below. Like this was mainly the top 3. And that's because you're getting ready to transform the way you manifest this down on your body. And so the message that I got basically is, especially for the crown initially, you're coming into the final crux of all the major downloads that is putting great understanding for everything you've been going through. All right. And as you're getting those final pieces of the puzzle, a major facet of this major upgrade is bringing in a new self-definition. And many of you have tapped into this aspect of yourself, but you didn't know how to make sense of it, right? It's not 3D at all. You didn't know how to make sense of it. So you push it away as like a higher aspect of yourself. But that's not your higher self. That's actually you. What you think is your higher self. And I'm not saying this as an idea. I'm saying this relevant to you and me right now. The energy and force you're thinking is your higher self is actually you breaking through your 3D vessel. Okay. So your mission, should you choose to accept, and your ego might fight you on this, but you must completely scrap your self-egoic identification. The self-egoic identification that was reinforced by the society and family around you. And I don't mean to say this in a militant way. It's not like anything was sinister, but there are certain things that were reinforced that have nothing to do with you. Okay, elements about your nationality, race, gender, identity politics that have nothing to do with you. You have to scrap all of that in light of what you have already received. Okay, you have received major downloads about this higher self. It's not anything that's removed with the purity of who you are. And I have to be very careful about what I'm saying, because I'm not necessarily telling you to forget the reality of who you are and decide to just become a 6-year-old white girl. Okay, I'm saying still be in touch with reality, but you have to let go completely of the ego identification of who you think yourself to be, because the true version of you is completely taking its place, and it's nothing like what you think it is. Your thoughts on who your higher self is a cage that held it in. It's beyond your ability to process. You're so magnificent, your current self can't fully process it, like a Windows XP computer that just can't process Windows 10. As good as the XP may be, it can't process programs on Windows 10. So your crown chakra is going through the biggest firmware update in your life. Remember, you're springing. So the challenges you used to face your whole life, you're not facing anymore. And it's good. And like that part of your ego that was so used to struggling, that was so used to having to like not trust people, it doesn't have a place in where you're at. You may not be conscious of how it's holding you back, because you still have this subconscious, energy that is manifesting that mindset, when right now you're not the person who needs that. You don't need any of that. Like, now you're a person who will never know struggle. And I know that's very extreme to say. That's another thing. Like, you're stepping into a version of yourself that doesn't even use the same vocabulary. And there's certain idiomatic beliefs that this new version of you doesn't believe. For example, like, some of you believe like you have to work really hard to make it in this world. Like, these are just things that were grained in you. That new version of yourself doesn't believe it. New version of yourself is like, I don't need to work hard. I need to be aligned with who I am. That's it. I don't have to like work smart. I don't have to work hard. Like, there's certain things that this greater version of you would clash with your egoic beliefs, because in what you were building through at the time it worked. Here's the thing: you needed it at the time. You've now outgrown it. So that's really the most important thing I have to say. And then the tricky thing here in the surrender of this is you're not even supposed to know how to step into this. It's you. It's literally your greatest self wearing your physical body as its clothes. So you don't have to know how. You just have to release. And now your third eye will guide you through your own creative intuition towards visions only you can see. Some of you are wondering why you only see visions you can see. You only see synchronicities that make sense to you. Did you think maybe it's because God only showed that to you, because no one else is supposed to see it but you? And, many of you feel like you're being shown this for no reason. And it really pains your spirit guide seeing you depressed or seeing you frustrated when they're showing you this to guide you along. Okay. You believing what you believe is you driving on the highway. And when you see these synchronicities aligned with these beliefs, you have to keep going. You have to keep believing. You have to keep intending in that direction. And so the synchronicities you're seeing that only you see, you have to keep going in that direction. And that's going to guide you into becoming this greater self. That's because through these synchronicities, you have to step out of the old critical mindset that got you into this position, which means unraveling your mind, which means it will feel like you're crazy as shit. Okay. When you're following these synchronicities and you're tapping into this guidance, if you feel delusional as fuck, you are doing it right. It will feel intellectually delusional, but emotionally, it'll feel so right. Congratulations. You're going in the right way. You are literally unlearning the logic traps so that you can resituate an updated version of logic in alignment with this higher awareness. The thing that's very important is in your realization of this, evil ass agents will pop up and undermine you through peer pressure and psychological Jedi mind tricks to unconsciously and consciously, amidst layers of deception through advertising, NPCs, agents of the matrix to keep tabs on you, and white noise and distractions that will counterbalance your frequency of breaking out the matrix by trying to push you in. You're going to see them so much clearly now, because the more you step out of the false ego identification of yourself and into your true spirit, the more the polarization makes them so obvious. Okay. And you, of course, follow suit. The gaslighting will be high, but it's not going to affect you. And that means they're going to lose their leverage. So they're going to come at you more aggressively. And now the throat chakra, or the throat chakra, is to now complete this by expressing intentions. This is purely channel. Express your intentions or speak your wishes as if they're already true. Okay. I am spending $500,000 right now, living lavish and ridiculous, having the time of my life, eating barbecue, smearing it all over my face, laughing like a little child. And I am enjoying myself and I love it. I see it. I'm experiencing it. And that looks crazy as fuck because I'm literally right here. So how am I saying I'm doing it? You're crafting magic. The confidence with which you speak the visions you see into reality, abracadabra, and make it happen is one, going to show you very quickly how fucking magical you are, and two, going to attract negativity to stop you. And so the negativity that you attract, whereas other people will run away from it or other people will run around it, you want to run through it. Thank God for that negativity, because in a video game, you have to beat the negative to level up. So when all you have to do is be yourself, it's going to attract haters, it's going to attract negativity, and then just move forward through them. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, truth, 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 and you level up. Like you want to get excited. You're going to reach such a level of confidence in your own magic. You literally want someone to doubt you, because you're going to be like, I ain't scared of you. I believe in me. What's up? You don't believe? You're a believer now. You're a believer now. You're going to be turning non-believers into believers. You're going to be exposing people in denial who don't wish to open up. And it's just going to give you more and more leverage. So I just want to say this again. Is there a due date for this homework? Great question. It's all based on you. What you put in is what you're going to get out. So there's no due date. It's really more so, you know what I'm saying? What it is you want to do and when you want to do it. Okay. Cosmic Energy Tune-Up, you can book on my website. Just go to thepeacedealer.com. Other than that, I do have consultations and reports available. Okay. And definitely looking forward for that. If anybody would like a 50% off discount code, email me at thepeacedealer@gmail.com. Okay. And the first 10 people to email me at thepeacedealer@gmail.com, the code COSMIC, I will send an exclusive 50% off discount code. Okay. The main thing we have here is this huge download is coming in now over the rest of Virgo season to change your behavior around how you believe in yourself and how you express yourself. And this next version you're going to express in Libra. So all this is going to happen this week and next week. You have to actively forget everything you think you know about yourself and only move forward with the downloaded knowledge you have recently awakened in your crown over the last 2 years. For some of you, it's going to be hard to believe, but don't let it being hard to believe stop you. Just believe it and let reality correct and adjust with facts what you can let go and what you can believe more. Okay. Gail, thank you so much. Much appreciated. So we are going to end this off with a tarot update. The underlying theme card here, or at this bottom card, is going to show the supernatural breakthrough tip that will facilitate this tune-up. Okay. And yeah, when the messages come through, they come through. That's what I love about doing these live. So we do have the Two of Swords. The supernatural breakthrough tip is this is a soul initiation. For some of you who hear the call of your inner voice, you are going to be initiated into a supernatural experience that will change your life and reveal crucial insight that the Two of Swords initiatory phase here is something you're meant to keep very secret. Yep. Yep. I wanted to split the deck and I confirmed it. Many of you are going to unlock your supernatural like expression. Everything that I've been talking about superpowers has been more in a mental perceptual way. But now you're going to start to manifest the physical evidence of this. And a lot of you are going to be called to keep this secret. Basically, before we step into the new heaven and new earth, those of you who awaken your superpowers, you're going to realize that you're going to want to keep them secret because of government agents that if they saw you use your abilities will actually send other metahuman agents to kill you, to kidnap you. And so that's why a lot of the revelation of these abilities have been on the hush hush, because many of you in your naivety would have just shown the world. And you're slowly but surely being guided. See, everyone is different. Like Pluto Sagittariuses are meant to show because they're part of the revolution to fight through. Some of you can gain from showing. Some of you, and in everyone watching this, there are going to be elements you'll know to keep silent. But some of this applies doubly to those of you who are meant to keep this. Like this is going to, some of you literally are going to realize that you have an alter ego, that, you know, you keep the fact that you have infinite energy on the down low, because if anyone knew you had these abilities, you'd have fake friends. Like basically, you know how if you were to tell somebody that you had $20 million, some people would just instantly switch and instantly become your best friend. You know what I'm saying? And so some people might keep secret the fact that they have billions of dollars. Well, this is something similar. You're going to keep secret the fact that you have a supernatural power or an ability, okay? Because, you know, if certain people knew that if they tapped your left shoulder twice, any of their wishes will come true, a lot of people would just start being your friend out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of discretion. That's really the message I'm getting with this. We got the Two of Cups, okay? We got the Queen of Pentacles, and two cards came out, the King and Queen of Cups. This is very interesting, especially because, how did that, hold on. Yeah, the King and Queen. So look at this. This looks kind of saucy. This is how it came out. We got the Two of Cups. We see this King and Queen together while this King and Queen are back. Is this infidelity? I don't think so. I was gonna say that this is talking about a very deep emotional connection, especially if they're facing together. But this looks like a love triangle, but I don't know. This, if anything, could just kind of indicate the quality of these two. I'm just going to speak on a very crucial relationship being very key to understanding more elements of, you know, what's being revealed to you and what this initiation is. All right. But this might mean several things to several people. So take whatever message comes from it for you. Other than that, a lot of what you are facilitating here is stepping you into an existence that you've always known was real, but you didn't know how to ground until now. Okay. And this is going to be the difference between you wishing you can fly 60 feet in the air and levitating 3 feet in the air. Okay. You're not flying 60 feet in the air, but you're levitating. It's a definitive breakthrough. It's one that is breaking the bounds of what you used to think was possible versus what you think is possible. And so you have to let go of the old ego self-identification of the you who was told you're not able to fly. Remember, this is already happening. Many of you were told you're not able to read tarot cards and do intuitive stuff, but you saw me do it yesterday and today. Many people were told astrology is bullshit. You're not able to do accurate readings from transits. You've done that. This is that spring many of you are going through. Many of you, each of these springs was what people told you couldn't do, but you broke through your shadow. And now it's like, now you're realizing everything that over the past 10 years you were told you couldn't do that you did. And it's all clicking. And it's like, it's like pushing you through a much more powerful understanding of how you are based on real life evidence, despite the gaslighting that keeps this whole illusion of you being whatever, okay? Your own personal truth is breaking through that collective illusion. And this is the revolution, okay? So divine counterparts are important to the new world because the connection between two divine counterparts are the key to open up into the new world. So the new world is going to be filled with divine counterparts, the 144,000. But I've said too much. I don't want these agents to come. The twin flame information is a lot more taboo now, so I can only say so much. Y'all stay blessed. Look forward to a miracle. Claim it. And until next time.